What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kickback.
Hey guys,
I'm Dennis,
I'm Essie.
and this is going to be our podcast.
Yeah, I'm excited to do this. I'm excited to get this started. We've been talking about this forever. There's been some procrastination
On my end. I'm not going to lie.
I was going to lie.
But it's, this is a hard thing because, we're trying to do something and we're going to put ourselves out there.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to come up with topics and time because, we're full-time parents. We work 9 to 5, so it's not as easy just to put it together.
Yeah, and on top of that, we just, we want to make sure that you guys are into it and you guys are excited to listen and, just very involved.
Yeah, when we do this, we want to like broach on a lot of topics like current events and family, relationship. Like we want to have it funny, we want to have it serious, we want to kind of go over everything.
Yep.
We just want to we're just kicking back.
Yeah.
Really, if you're kicking back with your friend and you're just chopping it up. That's how we want to be with each other, and that's how I want to be with y'all.
Definitely. So let's kind of talk to you guys about who we are. I know he already talked about us being full-time parents and we work full-time. But, obviously we haven't been together for our whole life. So I'm not from... Shut up, you love me. I'm not from the Bay Area. He's from the Bay Area. You are from Milpitas?
Milpitas, California.
Milpitas, and I am from a small town called Ukiah. So it's very different. I come from a small town and he's obviously a city boy. So we met...
Kinda.
He is a city boy.
I don't know about all that.
Well, you're a city boy.
Yeah, I'm more city than her.
Yeah.
If you know where she lives, it's way up in the what? No cursing. It's way up in the hills. But they got a Costco. They got a Walmart.
Wait.
Don't let her fool you.
We just got a Costco.
Yeah, actually, they didn't have one when she lived there.
Yeah, when I lived there, I moved in 2015, and I lived with my brother in Hayward. And at that time, Ukiah was very small still. Had no Panda Express and had no Costco.
What? No Panda?
No In and Out.
How did you guys survive?
No In and Out. Actually, I think they might. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, I want to say that they might have just gotten a Panda or they're building a Panda. I don't know. But they just got an In and Out like maybe a year ago. And I remember I used to drive all the way to Santa Rosa to get In and Out because that shit was bomb. So good times. But anyways, so we met. In 2015, I worked at his job.
Straight up, breaking HR policies right there.
Whatever, we did not date while I was working there. I was only working there for like a week.
I tried. I walked up and said, "What's up, girl?"
That's not what he said. That is not what he said.
Wait, I said, "How do you like it so far?"
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. And he was the only one who I had a conversation about, or a conversation with. It's so funny because when I started working there, I was working with this up in the front desk, and the girl that was there, I had asked her about him, and this girl is like, "Girl, he's a player," and I was like, I don't know what, I was like, "What the fuck?" So I was like, whatever. But when I left, I decided to, because he was really nice to me, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna write him on Facebook. I found him on Facebook, and I said, "It was nice meeting you. I'm sad that I had to leave early or something." He actually just sent me the original. Did you just was it the original message?
Yeah, I found the original messages like a couple weeks ago. So he basically was just like, "What's up? I'm leaving. I'm trying to pull up."
That's not what I said.
And I was like, "We can arrange that."
That's not what I said.
Hey, I'll pull out the receipts. I still got him. Yeah,
I'm sad that we didn't get to meet, and then he's like, yeah, maybe next time you're in, I don't know, did you say something like that?
I said, oh yeah, before you leave, you know what I mean? Let's link up. She was like, we can arrange that.
Okay, that I did say that, okay, I did say
Hey,
that.
but I'm not gonna lie, she flaked on me though. The first time she was supposed to come over, she held flaked. Straight up, man. I almost blocked her. I almost hit her with the unfollow, block.
Well, besides that, we talked for, honestly, a lot of people would think it's weird, but we literally, a month, like 2 weeks in, we started dating. I wasn't living in the Bay Area, and I was living up down south with my grandma.
Yeah, we were long distancing it for a little bit.
It wasn't even that long.
About a month.
I came to visit for Christmas, and then I came to visit for Christmas,
and
then
she never left.
He told me no. Okay, let me tell you. Prior to that, at the beginning of December, I remember I had to go to Ukiah, so I stopped by. And I saw him, and he was like, "I'm gonna take you to this best pizza place."
Oh yeah, maybe that was it. Actually, that's.
But I went, but I got there, and then I remember because he drove my Camry at the time. I had a Camry, so we went to get food and stuff. And I remember that's when I met his son and everything, and we were just hanging out. And he was like, "What if you just stay here?" And I thought he was just playing. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then obviously I went to Ukiah to go visit my parents, or I had a court date or something. And it was just because I was on the phone and I got a ticket and I had to go deal with it. That's really what it was. So anyways, I ended up going back, and I came back to visit, for Christmas. And then he really he brought it up again. And he's like, obviously if things don't work out, your brother lives over here, so you can move in with him. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And then I remember it was obviously our first Christmas together, and this is just part of the story because I think it's hilarious, but he had gotten me a pair of Uggs, he got me a pair of Uggs for Christmas, and I was so excited. I called my mom, and I'm like, "Mom, he got me a pair of Uggs." She called me a fucking gold digger. Oh, whoops. Yep. My bad.
No cussing.
But she called me a gold digger, and I was like, excuse me. She was like, don't just be with somebody because they get you stuff. And I was like, I've been talking to him for a while. But it was kind of quick. So my parents obviously hadn't met him yet. So they were kind of like, you literally just met him. Like, what's going on? But
6 years later.
Yep.
We're still rocking.
Yep.
And then now we're trying to share our experiences.
Yeah.
With y'all.
Yeah. So it's very exciting. I hope that you guys if you guys are still with us, thank you guys. Thanks.
Yeah.
A couple things that we can kind of talk about. That's a big thing that people might not kind of understand. So this is a big jump, but I always see differences. I always see friends from home always posting about rent in the Bay Area. The Bay Area is freaking expensive. And I think it's one of the, it's crazy. But I also feel you kind of get what you pay for. In the Bay Area, there's hella stuff to do. I mean, obviously right now through COVID, there's not much. Stuff is opening up.
No, they're ripping us off. Straight up. I ain't even gonna lie to you. You come from that little fucking hick town up in the hills, so you're like, there's so much stuff.
There is so much stuff.
I've been out here. I done did it all. I ain't trying to pay this fucking extra rent no more. Knock it down to G. All right? I'm good. I give up. I surrender.
It is pricey. It is. But, I mean, comparing to, I guess, Ukiah is getting bigger, so I can't really say anything now. But before I left, I mean, there wasn't anything there. To go to a mall, we had to drive an hour. And here, there's a mall literally 10 minutes from everywhere we are. Literally.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean.
But there's stuff to do. There's there's where did we just go? Great America is literally 20 minutes from us. We can literally just drive there and come back the same day. It doesn't have to be a whole weekend out of it.
Yeah, but that's the difference is every time we go to Ukiah, I always say, man, I could see myself living out here. Honestly, I would move out there in a heartbeat. And then for someone that lived out there in that small town kind of vibe, she couldn't wait to get away, So it's really just a perspective thing. Yeah. If you come from a small town, you want to go to a big city. If you come from a big city, most likely you want to go to a small town. It's just it's an opposite attraction,
But you would think a lot of people always move back. And
yeah, that's because they figure out it's hard out here. You know what I'm saying? They're like, I'm gonna go to the Bay Area. I'm gonna fucking make it. And then they're like, what? $2,400 for a 1-bedroom? I'm good.
I got really lucky. I was blessed to have really good jobs. To start off really great.
And a really good guy.
Yeah. Yes. I was really lucky to I moved, and it was the best experience of my life. I literally, if you are still living in your hometown and you have not moved, I suggest that you do, just to get the experience. But I was lucky enough to make it a home out here and to be, to have a family and to just pretty much experience it all and love it out here. Because I mean, I honestly still to this day I wouldn't go back to my hometown.
Well, we do like every other weekend.
I mean,
so.
we go and visit. I just,
Dude,
but see, the thing
I
is,
got a fucking honorary Ukiah fucking gym membership. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're always out there.
But see, the thing is, I love, like, I feel like I took advantage a lot of like not spending time with my family all the time, because I was always like, you know, I mean, I moved over here when I was what, 23? You were 25?
I'm not dropping ages or anything, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell you how long ago she moved.
So I was young. I was like in my early 20s. So obviously, like...
And I might have been in my mid-20s. Who knows? I could have been fucking 23.
Yeah, we're the same age. Or he's younger. You just never know. But it's just... I never really, I mean, I was in my early 20s, so I was always out and about and stuff. And then, you know, now that I'm like away, I miss my family. Like, you know, my family, I have 2 brothers over there that have like, you know, their wives. And then I have another brother, he's in Modesto, but he always has crazy hours. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to just kind of drop and be like, oh, we're going to go over there today, when sometimes, you know, he's working or whatever. But my parents are getting older. I mean, you really don't think about your parents getting older until you like think of their age. Like, how old are you gonna be today? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't really think of how old they are.
No, it's true. You know, time marches on.
Yeah.
You really don't. It's not something that's on the forefront until you're like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 30.
Yeah.
You know? Like, my parents are in their 60s.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, you're like, all right, man, it's time to start spending as much time, you know.
Yeah, so I try to get
this sounds kind of cynical to say, but it is like that.
Yeah, and I honestly, I mean, as much time as like we're able to, especially with our schedules, because like not only do we both work full time, but I also go to school, and I'm going to cosmetology school, and I'm there every Saturday. So that kind of, we don't really have a full weekend to be like, oh, let's just go visit my parents for the weekend. It have to kind of, you know, be there on a Sunday, or we just both have to, like, you know, it just works with it. And then
we have to make it happen.
Yeah.
When we go out there, we have to plan it.
Yeah.
You know, there's not really a lot of impromptu trips because, you know, we do have a pretty hectic schedule when it really comes down to it, when you really start looking at things. Mm-hmm. But if we ever want to do something, we make it happen.
Definitely.
You know, we're not the type of people that put our lives on the back burner for work or anything like that. We take our work seriously, but of course, you know what I mean, we definitely put pride, happiness, and our family over everything
and
else.
He's very adventurous. Like, ever since I met him, like, literally randomly he'll be like, let's go to the city and we'll go to, you know, San Francisco, or let's go do this, and like we go do it. Like, just randomly, we if you guys are friends with us on Instagram or with me, like, you guys will see, like, the Great America trip, it was really super random. Like, he, like, during that week, he's like, let's go. And he just bought the tickets, and he's like, let's go.
Drinking. I'm like, what? I just bought us 3 season passes.
Yeah, so it's really, I think that's the good thing about our relationship, that he's, like, the spontaneous one. So, like, every time he's like, let's go do this, it's like, all right, like, let's do it. So, it's great.
We definitely try to have fun.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And then we also have, like, you know, our friends here, so when we want to get a group together,
hopefully you friends like and subscribe and do all that good stuff. This is the pilot episode. You know, we're just basically doing the introduction. So if you guys know us, you know us, you know. And for those who don't know us, this is who we are. So you guys know who's talking to you and where the opinion really is coming from, because that's what we're going to talk about, a lot of stuff. You know, and we do want to talk about a lot of different things, and we want you guys to know that it's coming from, like, real people. Yeah. We are you guys. Yeah. 100%. You know, we're in our apartment right now on a Saturday evening as parents. Our kids in the room watching cartoons. You know what I mean? While we enjoy a beer and relax, and that is 99% of you guys. Yeah. That's 99% of everybody. Yeah. You know, this is who we are. So when we talk about something, we want you guys to know that you're hearing it from someone that's you. Yeah, know?
Definitely. Yesterday, I just want to say, I'm a big Friends fan. 100%.
It was a
Die
tearjerker.
Hard. It was. So yesterday, if you
Had
guys,
me in my feels.
if you guys watch Friends, you guys obviously know that the Friends reunion episode was released on Thursday. So because I had class and he was home, so we wanted to wait to watch it together. So we watched it yesterday.
Some
which was
bullshit. I wasn't even trying to wait, to be honest with you. I had that shit on the screen. I was about to click on it to go. But
he would have.
I waited.
I mean, yeah, I'm a big Friends fan. Like honestly, die hard like Friends fan. I know like a lot of episodes like by heart and everything, but we watched it and it was so great because like actually I was actually really excited to listen to the producers, their thought process on creating this show, and it's so crazy because we're like it definitely is like. It is us, like not us, but like everybody.
Yeah, it's just
everybody's
it's an every person show.
Like
I think that's why so many people relate to it.
Yeah.
There's a Ross in every group. There's a Chandler, the funny guy. There's a Rachel. There's one of them in every group. That's why people relate to it. I never really watched Friends like that until we got together, and then I started watching. I was like, damn, this is a good show.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did I not watch this 10, 15 years ago?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we banged out all the episodes, so I was waiting for the reunion too.
Yeah. And spoiler alert, I mean, if you guys watched it, you guys know. So now, do you guys see it the same now when you see Ross and Rachel, like with their little love issues? Like, that literally was them. They literally had feelings for each other when they were doing it.
I couldn't believe Jennifer Aniston was into that dude. You know what I'm saying? Hey, when I heard that, I was like, David Schwimmer? What the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What? Not the F. You know what I mean? No cussing on YouTube. But I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I didn't think that they had like that type of chemistry. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they honestly had great chemistry. Like you just saw it. And like, when they were talking about it, I was like in shock. I was like, okay, like that really was real. It was like.
I didn't think it was real. When I watched the television show, I thought that was completely scripted. But now that I hear on the reunion show that they actually had like feelings for each other and all this stuff, and whatever they did, you know what I mean, quote unquote, didn't do. But I was like, man, to me, that's, I don't know, that was a little out there.
Yeah.
They might have just said that for the reunion. They're trying to throw some little bit of sugar and some spice in there.
Maybe,
Put
but
some icing on the cake. You know what I mean?
Maybe, but it just honestly, I honestly cried. I was like, I had tears in my eyes, and I was like, oh God, that show made me cry.
I mean, it was good. They could have left out some stuff though. I didn't need Justin Bieber in there.
Yeah,
I didn't need Lady Gaga in there.
I think all that extra stuff they should have not. I would have rather seen like main characters that were added to, not main characters, but like for example, Phoebe's husband. Like he was a big part of the show. Like he should have been there. Cole Sprouse, the Ben, the Ross's kid.
Yeah,
he should have been in it.
Ben wasn't in it.
Yeah, like he wasn't.
How could he not be in it?
Exactly. Like I think that
they should have had Phoebe's kid. Sorry to interrupt you. You know what I mean? Phoebe's kid. Like this is when she was pregnant on the show. This is who came of it.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what
true.
I mean?
That's true.
Here's Phoebe's kid.
Yeah. So I think that it was definitely. It could have been a little better, but I mean, I'll take it. I mean, because it's true. I think Courtney Cox like said on there, like, we're never going to do this again. Like, we're not going to come back in like 10, 15 years to do it again. So it was really like, okay, like this is the only time that we're going to see them on, to kind of talk about the show and do everything.
Yeah. And it is good that they did it because it did show a lot of things and it said a lot of things that I didn't know. And I mean, I've watched the majority of the episodes, but I mean, you don't see the behind the scenes stuff, so you're not privy to that kind of information.
Yeah.
And then you get to see it, and you know like, oh, we cast Joey because this, and
yeah.
And you're like, all right, you know what, I see it. You know what I mean? I can see why you went with him. If they would have cast that other dude, basura. You know what I'm saying? That was whack.
I mean, this was really a perfect combination of the actors, like for real. I think that ultimately, like it was just something that needed to happen. So us millennials over here, like, we're super happy about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's good that it happened. They needed to do it. And it gives, if they're not going to do anything else, it gives at least some sense of closure.
Yeah, definitely. I do like the question that they asked them, like, where, and now I am kind of glad that they didn't do, like, a remake of, like, a hour-long episode of where they're at. Because when they explained it, like, obviously the producers did so well with like ending it like in a really happy note and kind of like in a a good place that it's kind of like you have to unravel everybody's life again. And, you know, they're going to, obviously everybody's going to want more, after, not just like the 1 hour episode. So it does make sense. It just made me sad because I really, you know.
No, that's better. You know, if you look at all these TV shows or movies that they remake or reboot, they all suck. You know, every one of them sucks. So what would have happened is you would have had a reboot of this, a relaunch, and then you would have been like, I wish they would have never done that.
Yeah. Kind of an example, one that really sucked was, you guys have obviously seen Sons of Anarchy. It's a very popular show. If you haven't, we highly suggest you watch it. But they made a remake of it from like the Mayans. That was basura.
Yeah, that was.
Basura.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, when I watched Sons, I was into it.
Yeah.
Every episode, I wanted to go to the next one.
Me too.
When I watched Mayans, I watched every episode. I was like, man, let's just give it another shot.
Yeah.
No, let's try it.
We literally watched it. He actually watched the ending. Like, I think the last episode.
And that was only season 1.
Yeah.
We didn't get past season 1. We didn't pull a stride. We didn't keep moving forward. We gave up on that.
It was definitely not the one. But yeah, it was just not good. Not good at all. So yeah, that's our shows. I mean, obviously, you know, there's just a little thing that we just wanted to kind of bring up just because we were kind of talking about it.
Yeah, kind of segued into it.
Yeah, and since, you know, this just, that starting from Friends, it just recently happened. Now let's bring out NSYNC. Let's get one more tour going now that I'm old enough to go to a tour.
I ain't gonna lie, man, I'll buy some tickets.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy. I think a lot of stuff for us millennials should come back. At least once. I mean, especially like artists before they really don't have. You know.
I mean, that's where the money's at, really. Mm-hmm. If they're into it, because at this point in time, say NSYNC drops a tour, you got all these 30-something-year-old, you know, people that are like, I got money now, man. I'm down to pay for some tickets. I ain't tripping, you know.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's not always there. Not everyone's into that stuff anymore. Some people are retired. So they might.
That's
Who
true.
knows? Get a NSYNC bad boy. What are they? Backstreet Boys versus.
Yeah.
But Backstreet Boys, you guys are fucked. I mean, if you guys see this, you guys don't stand a chance.
Yeah, NSYNC all the way. All the way. That is so crazy. Kind of getting into, we're just kind of jumping around because we're just like, you know, this is stuff that's recently happened. Yeah. So recently this guy got a Twitter and
I got 1 follower.
Me?
Yeah, straight up.
I love Twitter. I think that Twitter's just really to like talk about whatever. Like you can literally just one word, we tweet, whatever.
I did it for the sports stuff.
Yeah.
All the big sports announcements now are on Twitter.
On Twitter.
ESPN is broadcasting tweets.
Mm-hmm.
You know? NFL Network broadcasting tweets. So why not get it from the horse's mouth and just get a Twitter?
Yeah.
And follow the 49ers, you know? Follow the NBA. Follow the USC. Anybody. Yeah, I mean, I haven't followed them yet, but I intend to. Well, the Niners season hasn't even started yet. There's not a lot of action going on. We're in a dull point. But I'm going to follow all those things because that's really where the information comes. It's like an information hub.
And everybody's beef is always on there. Like all the celebrity beef, everything is always through Twitter. The other day I texted Dennis and it was when I was like, oh, can we watch the boxing on June 12th? There's like this big boxing with like YouTubers versus TikTokers. And I swear to God, I just think it's funny because I know that, I don't know if the press conference was staged or not, but like 2 of the guys like got into a fight, which was like the main event, I guess. And I never I'm like not a sportsy person. Like we've gone to football games, really because I like going to
yeah, I mean we've been to football, basketball, baseball. We go to sporting events.
Yeah.
But she's never hit me up to order a fight.
Yeah, usually he's like, I want to get this fight. And it was just funny because I was like, oh, I want to get this fight. I've seen all the Twitter beef going back and forth and I'm just like, okay, like if they're really putting this like on, if it's staged, then they're really doing a really good job at it. Because I'm over here like, I gotta see it. I want to see who gets knocked
She's
out.
into the drama. She's a Real Housewives of wherever. That's what she's into.
I am. I'm very
She's
into
like, this is a Real Housewives of Guam. I'm like, what the hell?
I am totally into like all that like the VH1 shows, all that. He always tells me you're gonna get dumb watching these shows. And I get it, you know, because all it is really drama, and but it's entertaining. I mean, we're home.
I'm down for the entertainment too. Actually, hey, you catch me on the right day, I'll watch it.
Yeah, like I remember. Obviously, you guys have heard of them, like Jersey Shore.
I'm down for Jersey Shore. Yeah.
But there was another, which is Floribama Shore.
Floribama?
At one point, I remember I didn't even know about Floribama.
She watches it without me.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Because
like,
sometimes
we have like this little thing going where we're watching it, and then I walk out to the living room and she's on her phone like this, and she's already like 7 episodes deeper than I am.
No, okay.
And then there's this huge disconnect, and I'm like, how am I supposed to continue to watch it by myself? You know what I mean? Like, we're in this together.
Let me tell you about that. Originally, I'm not gonna lie, when I saw Floribama the first season, like not even the first season, when they were showing like, oh, like this is gonna come on next Thursday or whatever, I thought it was dumb because I was like, oh, they're just a replica of Jersey Shore.
I thought it was dope.
And then and then one day I put it on just to put it on, and we ended up liking it, but. I mean, I guess I just didn't assume that he would be still interested in watching it, but I just kept watching it. But then he ended up like, oh, I mean, I fucking, oh, my bad. I freaking like it, so.
That's it, freaking. I was like, girl, I freaking like that show. How dare you?
Well, we can't cuss on here.
Yeah, we can't cuss. Ain't no cussing on YouTube, guys, so we got to keep it PG-13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long are we going to have our podcast for? Like half an hour? An hour?
I don't know.
What y'all think? Are we entertaining enough?
I mean, I feel like now is a pretty good
time. Yeah.
Really.
Well, guys, this was our pilot episode.
Yeah, it's just an introduction.
Yeah, introduction, kind of get to know us, who we are, what we like and stuff. The more that we come out with podcasts, we're gonna definitely have some specific topics that we want to talk about, and then just some randoms like today, like that we can just kind of
we're just gonna be
talk about.
We're just gonna be kicking back. Mm-hmm. We're gonna be conversating.
Yeah.
That's why the show's called the Kickback, because it's just us kicking back, and we're just chopping it up, and we're chopping it up with y'all. You know, the same conversation you had when you were 16 years old, drinking 40s in the garage at the Kickback. You know what I mean? We've all been there. That's us, and that's what we're doing. I mean, we're gonna try to make this crack off, and we're gonna try to drop some good content for you guys. And
definitely.
Hopefully, you guys enjoy it, because we're gonna enjoy doing it.
Yeah, this was fun. This was really great. We were definitely wondering what it was gonna lead like and what it was gonna be like. So
well, thanks for kicking back, y'all. We'll see you guys
next
week. Catch you guys on the rebound.
Yeah. Bye, guys.